In today's video, we're going to talk about 3 ways that you can improve your nail business without spending a single penny. We're going to jump right into this right now on the Biz Talk. Tracey, I have one way to improve our nail business. We're not a salon, we're a manufacturer. That's one. The big one, though, is give Greg the boot. Wouldn't that improve the nail business, like, dramatically? Agree or disagree?
It would improve my life.
Which means it improves the nail business.
It improves the nail business.
Right. So get rid of the Greg in your life.
Yes.
Is the first thing to improve your nail.
Complete removal is required.
Like, you never want to see him again. So any videos that have Greg on it, just
cut those pictures out. Anything you got, burn it.
Burn it. Yeah. So satisfying.
Sage I don't know what that is, but you got to sage the place.
Sage the place. Yeah. We've done that at my place, and it's actually, it smells nice and fresh. But I don't, anyway, do that. It'll help.
I don't remember what we're talking about.
We're talking about 3 ways to improve your nail business. Okay. Without spending a dime. I think this is key because we're not talking about, okay, redecorate and, spend $1,000. All that stuff works, obviously, but this is like without spending a dime. What's that?
$10
million. So let's talk about the first one. I think we have 3 solid ones that you can do, but sort of an obvious one to improve your nail business, which everybody should be doing, is getting access to education online. Okay.
It's free.
It is completely free. How many videos do we have on our YouTube channel? Over 2,200. I don't. It's insane.
And we have a Spanish channel now.
We have a Spanish channel now too that you can get free education,
which is amazing. I mean, when I was going to school, when I got out, that did not exist. It was, I think we've talked about this, VHS tapes,
yes.
And they were expensive on top of it.
Dude, I remember when I first started with my brother and my mom. It was that exactly. Greg had these VHS tapes of like how to do nails from these at the time they were like nail competitors, because that was a big thing back then. And you'd pop them in and you'd have to watch VHS and like rewind and play. Painful.
And you couldn't do it at work, where you really would like to be able to watch and do at the same time, because
impossible. Unless you bought one of those like TV combo VCR things. Remember those? Yes. You stick the VCR. People are like, what the hell are they talking about?
We're aging ourselves.
We're aging ourselves.
Yeah.
But the accessibility, not only on YouTube, but YouTube Shorts, and then TikTok, and then obviously Instagram, there is so much information and education that you could dive in to learn. I mean,
detailed, I want to know how to do a stiletto. I want to know how to do a 3D flat. Dialed in. And also business information, how to get more clients, marketing information, how to grow with social media, how to fire a client, how to hire a nail technician. Like, there's so much information available that is a absolute no-brainer. You should be taking advantage of that and keeping up on trends too, right? Through educational videos on our channel, and there's hundreds of nail channels out there as well. Yeah.
I think you should watch ours, but that's just my bias. But you have access to so much nail education, including like current trends, like videos that are posting now, for example. What are the trends that are going on? You can get a good pulse on that, right?
Yeah, you can find out exactly what people are wanting, what's popular in your area. Practice that. Yeah, everything.
Everything.
You can learn everything.
Yeah, online. You can. And then, not to mention, just one more thing is like Zoom classes.
Oh yeah.
That's not free. So I'm gonna reverse that. Okay. Lives. Sorry. Thank you. That's what I meant. We live stream on Twitch and YouTube 3 times a week. You can ask nail questions as much to your heart's desire and get your questions answered. So, and then also we live stream on TikTok a couple times a week. Where I'm not saying you're going to get all your questions answered there, but you can actually see live demonstrating going on. Greg's usually doing that a couple times a week.
Yeah. So, and the way he explains things is so thorough. And that's the thing. He picks one subject for that moment, half an hour, whatever he's doing, and dives deep into it.
Yeah, it's really good. Number 2, Trace, what would you say is the next way to improve your nail business without spending a penny?
Okay, I would say communication is always free.
Yes.
Setting your policies and being able to communicate those to your clientele is going to just create a better atmosphere and a better business, because it's not chaos. And when it's organized and everybody knows what they're doing and what's expected of them, business is always better.
So I would imagine that people would hear that and go, oh, really? Is that like you guys always say about policies? Like, okay, but isn't doing nails the most important thing? Like, isn't like more practice more important? And you know what I mean? Like you hear communication and you hear policy and it's like, well, that kind of sounds boring. Like, how important is that actually?
Major, because that's all you do. You are the great communicator. Yes, you do nails, but all you do is talk to people and manage time and people and therapy, really.
Completely.
That's your day.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the policy set in place, believe me, a lot of people don't. I agree. They don't think about it when you're first starting. I didn't. And I get messages all the time of things that are happening in real time from our customers that are like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, that should have been a set policy.
Yes.
And that would have just not even been a concern right now. So yes, how do you make your business life easier, at least, is effective communication of your policies.
Yeah, this is a way to improve your nail business without spending a penny. I mean, when you talk about improving your nail business, you want to have a sort of system set up where everybody knows what's going on, right? You don't want, well, you never told me that. Well, I had no idea, Tracey, that if I broke a nail that I couldn't come in over and over and over again and have you fix it for free.
And just show up.
And just show up whenever I want.
I mean, think of any other business that wouldn't have policies.
There's zero chance it survives.
Yeah.
Chaos is the word you used, and that's exactly what it would be. It would your life as a nail tech business owner pro you would be coming home every day going, this sucks. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And what's crazy though, Tracey, is we were talking about this earlier. We were just having this conversation, and like having that challenging conversation up front, because who wants to tell their client, hey, no problem. Okay, I got you on this one. But remember, just to remind you, my policy, I just want to make sure I communicate it, so we're all kind of on the same page. Yeah. My policy is that if X, Y, and Z, it's this. But no problem. I'll take care of you right now, but just for the future, no. People don't want to have those conversations.
They're not fun to have.
They're not fun to have.
They're awkward.
They're awkward.
What's more awkward is doing it every time that person comes in, is having that moment in time of what they're doing, because you have not communicated the policy, because you didn't want to have a 5-second awkward conversation.
Yes.
Now it just gets to be awkward every time they come in.
And I know people are listening to this going, you guys always talk about this. That's how important. We're going to continue talking about it so that you implement these policies of yours. You know what I mean? As a business, you have to have these set in place.
Yep.
And it does not cost you a single penny. What it does require is that you're transparent, and you know what the problem is? The problem is that whenever you have to communicate something that's challenging, people think it's mean. People think I'm being mean to my client, but you can do it in a kind, very gentle way, but still getting the point across.
You know why it's not mean? Is because most of the time your client's not aware.
Yeah.
It's
and
actually
they're cool with it.
Being nice and caring by making your policies clear.
Yes. And I would recommend, guys, we have a video on, creating customer policies where Tracey breaks down like what are solid examples of like what her policies were. I think we did that video.
So. Yeah.
And it's so good. It gives you kind of a starting point. If you're confused, like what are they talking about? That'll give you a starting point of where to begin. And maybe we can put that down in the description below, a link to that video so you guys can access it and see for yourselves. But it's so important. This, again, it's something that doesn't cost a penny, but it'll get your business so organized and fluid that like customers know. And creating your policies is one thing, but actually making sure that your customers know the policies and communicating them is the second thing.
Yeah, the communication part.
Yeah, it's huge.
Lastly.
And again, this one is a biggie.
Yeah.
And it's also free to start. I'm going to say eventually it may cost if you want to go a different route, but really it's free.
It's like the trial version versus the paid version.
Yeah, kind of, exactly.
Yeah.
And again, this is something we talk about all the time, and this is social media marketing. Okay. People, we were again just having this conversation about we're coming up on 7 years now of like direct, effective content creation, social media marketing for young nails that we've been doing this, right? Isn't that insane?
That is
almost
crazy.
7 years.
Wow.
And it works. Okay. And I've tried communicating this to even some of our other customers all over the place around the world about the importance of this. And some do it, some don't do it. The bottom line is it does take time. Okay. It doesn't cost you a penny. Everybody says, well, I need a camera and equipment. No, you don't. You have your phone. That's a camera that's good enough. It's non-negotiable now. We're at a point where still a lot of people aren't doing it and asking like, well, I don't know what to do. There's so many videos that we have on how to create content or like the beginning steps in this process, but this is non-negotiable.
Well, I think the problem here is free does not equal easy.
Yes, exactly. That's good.
And that's a problem for some people. They like the free, but there's work that has to go in any of this that we're talking about. There's work that has to go. You got to sit down and watch the education. You got to communicate. You got to write your policies. You got to communicate it with your customers. Here, it's free, but you have to put the work into your social media.
Totally.
It takes time, but it's free.
It's free. And it also requires that you come into this with a mind that's open and okay to experiment, putting content out there. We had some people this morning on our live stream on Twitch that were saying, they were posting some videos and some of their like friends on Facebook were kind of bashing
not friends,
really, that were bashing their nail shots or their work. And they basically said, I'm not going to post. I don't want to post anymore. And my thing and Tracy's thing was like, you cannot stop putting your work up. Like for your nail business, it doesn't cost you a penny. You need to consistently post your work. You have to look at it as important as doing nails, because this is how we get exposure today is through social media.
It's like this, right? I'm going to open a restaurant. I got a bad review. I quit.
Yes, exactly.
I quit.
Got a bad review. I'm shutting everything down. I
can't do it.
Yes.
And what we're also talking about today is like, if everybody's going to get that meanness because people aren't nice sometimes, unfortunately. And if you ever look at a celebrity and the mean stuff that gets said about them, if everybody said, I got something mean said to me, no one would ever do social media. No one would ever be a famous. No one would do music.
Zero.
No, nothing. Because there's always someone that's not going to like you.
Correct. That's exact. Always somebody that's not going to like you. Even if you look at these superstars, like you're saying, that have 10, 15, 100 million followers, the amount of like negativity that they get is insane, because that's just the nature of people. Unfortunately, you have to get past that. You got to just post your work. Again, maybe we can put some links in the description below of some of our social media marketing videos that we've created on YouTube that you can link to and watch. You must incorporate this. And I'm telling you, if you incorporate these three things into your business model And if you dedicate yourself to like learning, to improving all of them, there's just no way you're not going to improve your business.
And what I like about this is just good advice across the board for any business.
Any business.
All of it. And again, free doesn't equal
easy. Yeah, exactly. It is going to require trial and error, experimentation, putting stuff out there that you're uncomfortable with.
How many times you fail?
Oh my God. I can't even count the number of videos that we've put up that were just like, just
painfully fail. You're like, oh, that hurt a little.
It hurts a lot, right? Or how many comments we get. We talked about this too, where that hurts.
Yeah.
It's not easy to take when somebody has a negative comment, but we just get over it. We move past it. We keep going.
Yep.
Correct?
Correct.
So do not overlook these 3 things. I'm telling you, to improve your business, doesn't cost you a penny. Like Tracey said, it doesn't mean it's easy. It's going to be hard and challenging. But I guarantee you, like if you actually dedicate it and put this to work, it will 100% improve your business. Tracey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Biz Talk.
Subscribe channel now. Subscribe channel now.